2019 Bassmaster Classic, Mr. Dave Mercer.
The Geico Bassmaster Classic and its Championship Sunday, the greatest day in this sport. Are you guys ready? Wow-wee, this is going to be a fun weigh-in here today. And before we go any further, I got to thank everybody in this crowd. You guys have made this one of the most outstanding classics, and we're just getting started. So Knoxville, thank you. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Also got to thank our title sponsor. Of course, this is the Geico Bassmaster Classic. Geico's been with us for many years now. A great company, and it's St. Patrick's Day, so happy St. Patrick's Day. And the gecko's green, so give them a big round of applause. Talking about green, how about our friends from the Dick's Outdoor Expo? That place was jamming today. Anyone go over there? Absolutely packed all 3 days of this event. And boy, we can't believe it. But how many Bassmaster Elite Series fans we got in the crowd? You follow the Bassmaster Elite Series? If you look at the history of the Bassmaster Elite Series, it's nothing without this next partner. Our fine friends from Toyota, who obviously present the Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Let's hear it for Toyota. All these great companies help make this sport what it is. And somebody here today is going to win $300,000 and host the most iconic trophy in professional bass fishing over their head just in a little while. But I got thinking, the most important thing, really, when you think about it, really the most important thing about this sport is you guys. Without you guys, basically they're just a bunch of guys in tournament jerseys with funny matching shoes, really, and it doesn't look that cool. So we want to thank you guys, and I thought, we do this every year, and we talked to our friends at Berkeley, and we said, let's do it again. Who here wants to win $100,000? You're here. You're already picked. We've already picked the winner. They don't know. Who do you think, who here would like to do this? Let me hear it from you. Okay. If you are in section, what, I can't see because of the smoke. 106? Is that 106 right behind you? Look behind you, see your section number. Yeah, it's definitely not you guys, sorry. That's a bad section to be in, but you're close. If you are in section 121, you got great seats for the weigh-in, congratulations. But you're not winning crap. How about the splash well here, all our crazy people? You people, several years ago, we came up with this idea of putting a splash well to get the fans up close, and it's getting a little scary nowadays, I gotta be honest. Starting to regret that a bit, but our other side of the splash well, how about the live well? You got great seats, congratulations. But if you are in section, I like that sign. I like big bass and I cannot lie. Those other brothers might deny. If you are in section 104, stand up. Okay, now, I need you guys to do a little recon because the Bassmaster Classic's always free. Nobody has tickets. so you don't know what your seat number is. So the person at the end of the seat, you let them know what row they're in. Look at that number and familiarize yourself with that area. So section 104, our winner is there. Our contestant is in that section. If you are in row 20, sit down. It was close, it was close, it was really close. I mean, you're gonna be very close to a very rich person, so that's a gift that keeps on giving. If you are in row 2, sit down. Let's get the rows down. Come on, what row is our winner in? If you're in row 19, stay standing, everybody else sit down. It's a horrible game, really. I just make one person happy and upset the entire audience before we start our weigh-in. It's really not fun for me. All right, let me hear you, row 19. You're sitting there. If you're in seat 2, sit down. Seat 10, sit down. Or if you are in which one is our winner? Which one of you thinks you can do the Berkeley Cast for Cash? Who is our best contestant up there? All right, let me know who our winner is. If you are in seat number 5, you are right beside the person who's gonna compete. Seat number 4, your winner, gonna get casting lessons with Hank Parker and do the $100,000 Berkeley Cast for Cash. Head up to the concourse, sir, and you are gonna be greeted by one of our staff and gonna be meeting Hank Parker backstage. And at the very end of this, we are going to give this gentleman a chance at $100,000 for the Berkeley Cast for Cash. It was freaked us out. Somebody moved their seat at the last minute. It was pre-picked and it scared me. I didn't know who was gonna win, but I'm glad we got our winner here. We got another winner that's gonna come up here, and he is the man who weighs all the fish. And we're just about ready to weigh some fish. You guys wanna weigh some fish? No. This is Championship Sunday at the 49th Geico Bassmaster Classic, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Are you ready to weigh some fish? I know you can get louder than that. Are you ready? Let's get ready to weigh. Dande, who do we got first?
First angler ready to roll in from Hayden, Idaho. Big welcome for Brandon Holliday.
He is the 2017 Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year, a former Bass Nation National Champion, a 3-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion with over $1.1 million in Bassmaster earnings. Digging deep in that skier, Yamaha Live Well, gonna give you something to cheer about. What a way to kick off this party. Polinick punishes them on Championship Sunday. Started the day with 20 pounds and 9 ounces. That's it, make some noise. Unfortunately, just 4 fish today, but he's got the right ones. Needs 11-14 to take the lead. 14 pounds, 6 ounces. And just like that, a brand new Geico daily leader in Brandon Polinick. Going to weigh one of those for Berkeley Big Bass. Definitely going to be Berkeley Big Bass of the day because you're the first dude to weigh in. 5 pounds, 8 ounces of brand new Berkeley Big Bass of the day. And your best day of the tournament here on Championship Sunday. And I guess you said it on stage yesterday. You said, you know, every day I go out there at the Classic, I just want one or two big ones to hold up and hear that crowd. Well, you just heard them, and how did that feel?
Gosh, it's amazing. It does not get old. It's what I live for, man. I live for that and the moment that it takes for a bite to register from my fingertips to my brain. And that happens pretty quick, and I can't get enough of it. I thought that something special was going to happen today. I decided I was going to go throw swim baits. I've been working on this Stormarashi glide for the last 3 years. I'm like, I'm just going to go throw it the last day. And I went for about an hour this morning and just looked. I'm like, conditions aren't right. I'm just going to go have fun. I'm going to go back to the area where I've been fishing, and I'm going to go crank. And I go up there, and I catch that 5.8. And I'm like, uh-oh. Because I figured I needed like 29 to 30 pounds. I'm like, well, that's almost a 6-pounder. So I go a little bit longer. Well, I catch that other one that's like 5-something. I thought, uh-oh. And then I never caught another bass after that.
Being here at the Classic, I know, you know, it's always an honor. This is your 9th Classic, and, you know, I love spending time with you on the stage. Love seeing you compete on the water. I know you'll be back here in the future.
As long as this stage is here, I'll continue to try to make it. That's all I can say. It's unbelievable. As long as fans continue to show up, I'll continue fishing, and that's all I can do. You know, I love the fans, I love this sport, I love bass and everything that has to do with it, so thank you guys, everybody, for coming out here. You guys are awesome.
Thank you for inspiring us.
Absolutely inspiring. Next angler ready to roll in from beautiful Petal, Mississippi. How about a big welcome for Cliff Pace?
Fishing his 8th Bassmaster Classic, $1.6 million in Bassmaster earnings. The 2013 Geico Bassmaster Classic champ right here, game face Cliff Pace, came in today with 21 pounds and 4 ounces. A tough championship Sunday, just one fish to add to that. But I gotta believe there's more to that story. 2.7 gives you 23.11, and I got to imagine in the situation he was in, I got to imagine, you know, with a result like that, well, whether it was true or not, you're probably going to tell me you were swinging for the fences, right?
You know, I wish I could. Honestly, I didn't do that today. Today was one of those days where, you know, fishing is the one sport in the world that every time you go, it's different. And everything changes. You know, I got buddies that play golf, and I pick at them, and I'm like, you know, if you hit the golf ball in the lake, that's your fault. My creek got clear today where I was catching all my fish. I mean, it looks like drinking water now. That's not my fault, but it definitely changed the way the fish set up and the way they would react. I couldn't catch them cranking anymore. But I know they still live. That's still home. So I spent all day kind of going over here and going over there and trying this and trying that and just never put the pieces together. But that's what's great about this sport is that it's always that. It was that when I started 15 years ago, and it'll be that when I retire 25 years from now. And I think that's why fishing is the one sport in the world that so many of us get hooked on for life, is because you can never, ever perfect it. You're dealing with a worthy adversary. I don't think there's anything more frustrating or rewarding than this sport. And today landed on the wrong side of the fence for me. But it was great to be here. You know, it's always an honor to fish a Bassmasters Classic. I'll always be thankful for the rest of my life that the good Lord let me win this tournament at least one time.
It was amazing to be on the stage with you, and nobody can ever take a Bassmaster Classic away from you.
Got a volunteer state angler ready to roll into the house from Fayetteville, Tennessee. Give it up for Brandon Lester.
Come on, Tennessee, get loud for one of your very own. Rolling into Rocky Top. 15 Bassmaster top 10s, fishing his 4th Classic. And the goal is always the same, to stomp a mud hole in them. He's going to need have got him good to take the lead here today. Had 21 pounds, 11 ounces as of this morning. Digging deep in that Phoenix Mercury live well, a big brown beast from beneath. Get loud, Tennessee. "21 pounds, 11 ounces as of this morning. He's looking for 13.5 to take the lead in front of his hometown crowd. 18 pounds, 10 ounces, 18.10, and Brandon Lester stomps a mud hole in him in Championship Sunday. A brand new Geico Daily leader. Brandon, on day one, you came through the doors there and you said you don't know how good it feels to come in here with Rocky Top playing. I'll bet you that felt a whole lot better.
Holy cow, man, this is such... Guy asked me back there just a minute ago, he said, do you get an adrenaline rush when they pull that curtain and you go in there? And I'm like, man, you cannot imagine what it feels like to stand on this stage, especially right here in Tennessee, coming into Rocky Top. Man, about 10 o'clock today, I was riding a struggle bus, I'll be honest with you. Man, if there's one thing I know fishing the Tennessee River, one thing I've learned, you pick up an MHX flipping stick and you go to work when you're struggling, and that's what I did, dude, and it just worked out. I had like 10 keeper bites. Oh, man, what a fun week. I got a lot of people I got to thank. I got friends and family right there in orange and white t-shirts. Golly, thank y'all. I appreciate all the support. It means the world to me. All my sponsors, man. Mudhole Custom Tackle, been my title since I started on the Elite Series. Mustad Hooks, Team Toyota, awesome deal there. Man, I know I'm forgetting a bunch of them, but thank you to all of them. Thank you to all y'all for coming out. I'm proud to be from Tennessee, man. Tennessee strong. Thank y'all.
You represent them well all year long, and once again here today.
Another big-time pro ready to roll in. You know him well. He's out of Lake Havasu, Arizona. Y'all give it up for Dean Rojas.
His 16th Bassmaster Classic, a four-time Bassmaster winner, an unbelievable 49 Bassmaster top 10s, resulting in $2.1 million in Bassmaster earnings. He's weighed in the 5 biggest fish in Bassmaster history and made a big charge yesterday. Can that charge continue on Championship Sunday? Oh, looks like things were pretty good for Rojas. Had 23 pounds and 5 ounces. Needs 17.1 to take the lead away. But no matter what, he wants to move up that leaderboard. The further you move up, the more money you make here at the Geico Bassmaster Classic. 12 pounds and an ounce. He moves into second place with 35 pounds and 6 ounces. Digging deep in that Berkeley weigh-in bag, Tennessee. I need you to get loud for Dean the Machine Rojas. "35 pounds, 6 ounces, sitting in second place. And Dean, I mean, you know, you had a great comeback after day number 1 in this event, and anytime you finish on this side of the field, it's a good event, and it's always great to share the stage with you.
Oh, you too, Dave. You are the best up here, and I feel honored and privileged to be up here with you. Man, what a great event! A little slow in the start, but finished up great. You know, hopefully we'll finish in the top 10 somewhere. That'd be really nice, but. Ran my Blazer Suzuki all the way down the river, man. The thing was hauling butt, hauling the mail, fast, quiet, efficient. Everything in that Blazer's a rocket. I love fishing out of that boat. It does everything that I want to do. It makes me throw the frog better. It makes me do everything better. But I want to thank my wife, Renee, and my son, Austin. They're here today. I want to appreciate them coming out all the way from Lake Havasu. You know, it's 80 degrees there today. It's nice and warm. You know, I've been in my gill suit all week and my snowsuit, just trying to stay warm, but it kept me dry all week. But Big Bites, Gamakatsu, Spro, you know, the best. Ducket fishing, can't do without them. Sunline, gosh, I mean, Blazer Suzuki, you guys are great. I love the competition. I love being here. And I want to thank all the fans, because you guys are the ones who make this happen for us. You know, I'm so grateful and so flattered to have you guys here today. And thank you all for coming. Thank you.
One of the great innovators and competitors in our sport. And we got a big one coming now.
Yeah, like the rest of them, this cat here is as strong as new whale rope. From Auburn, California, Skeet Reese.
Truly one of the greatest to ever play the game. $3.3 million in Bassmaster earnings. The 2009 Classic champion, 2007 Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year, an astonishing 74 Bassmaster top 10s. And fishing's still an evil sport. Doesn't matter if you've got all those accomplishments. But Skeet, you're at the Classic, 2 fish here today, not the goal this morning, but you are here. And when you hear those stats, you know, your career, at one time, I'm sure you were that kid, I just want to fish for a living. You've done a pretty good job at that. 4 pounds, 2 ounces gives him 27 pounds and an ounce, and he's going to hold them up for you. He worked hard for these fish, ladies and gentlemen. That's my 2 back. Skeet, not going to work out the way you'd expected here at this Classic, or hoped, obviously, but always great to have you here. And, you know, rolling into that arena's got to be an incredible feeling.
This is always an awesome feeling, coming into the stadium, seeing all you fans out there. Woo!
Let's hear it for them.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if that helped you.
Yeah, it did.
You got to cheer longer. Give him a second.
I've been fortunate enough to hold that Classic trophy. It's a pretty awesome feeling. I've been on this stage 19 Classics. Pretty proud of that. I don't know what your stats are. I know you're reading stats up there. I think the only one to beat me is Kevin. He sucks. He had to go and beat me like by $2 million or something like that. So $3.3 million chasing these little green fish around the country with bass. I'm very proud of that. Proud of my sponsors and thankful for all my sponsors, my family, the fans. I'm thankful of all the staff at Bass. Trip Weldon over here, he's weighed a lot of my fish over the last 20 years. I'm a mess right now, can you tell? So, but anyways, Knoxville, thanks for having us. It's been a blast this week. I'm looking forward to watching this final group of anglers come in and see who's going to be the new Classic champion. It won't be me, I know that, but I've had a great time. I'm ready to go out there and be one of the fans and see what happens now.
Thank you for your competitiveness, but most of all, your friendship.
Be one of the fans, man, oh man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, here comes James Elam.
Fishing his 4th Bassmaster Classic, a 3-time Bassmaster winner, one of those on the Elite Series at the tail end of the season last year. Started the day with 23 pounds and 8 ounces. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome him to the stage. 23-8. Unfortunately, just one fish today. Only needs to be 16 pounds, 14 ounces to take the lead. 114. You're only 15 pounds short on that one fish. But, dude, I mean, I'm sure with everything you've accomplished weighing one fish in the Classic, here's not really what you wanted to do. But, dude, you're crossing the Classic stage, and there's thousands of people that would love to be in your position.
Man, you know, it is awesome. You know, it's an honor to be here. It's really hard to get here. So I've fished, this is probably like my 4th Classic, and I think every third day I've made it's been tough on me. So just never was able to put that, you know, good third day together. But that's what makes it fun on the last day, too, because I'm sure we had some heroics, you know, coming in here before long. But it was a fun time. I did, you know, everything I think I could have done. I just didn't catch him today.
What do you think happened out there? It seemed a lot slower in a lot of angles. Was it the lack of wind?
I think that didn't help. You know, second day after the front, I knew it, you know, it was going to happen, and I tried to kind of change up the water I was fishing and fish some new places. I didn't stray away too much from what I fished here for 6 days, so I couldn't get away from certain things too much. But, you know, this week, early on in the week, I caught them really well on a Mullex F crank, flat-sided crankbait. And, you know, during the tournament, I also mixed in a small shad wrap, and Shimano makes the perfect rod for that. It's an X-Bride medium light action, and it could throw it real well. And I kind of locked that in my hand yesterday and today. And it just got tough, and I don't know if I ran out of fish or if it got worse on me, but everything was good. My Phoenix was great. Made long runs all week. Probably burned 45 gallons or so, well, somewhere around 43 to 45 gallons every day. And it was a grueling tournament. I just didn't figure them out today, I guess.
You made it here, and you made it to Championship Sunday. Congratulations on another Bassmaster Classic appearance.
I've got one more thing to say. Guys, check out angler.com. It's a mobile fishing app. Every place I fished this week and in practice, there's a waypoint of every fish I caught. So go to angler.com. That's ANGLR. And also, I've got a profile on there so that everybody can check that out, see where I fish. Don't go fish where I fished today, but every other day it was fine.
Give it a few days. Who do we got next, Dundee?
Well, our next angler coming in out of beautiful Odenville, Alabama. Give it up for Kyle Dorsett.
Representing the Bass Nation in his very first Geico Bassmaster Classic, and representing you in a big, big way he's done here this week. Started today with 24 pounds and 2 ounces. A second place finish at the Bass Nation National Championship put him in this position, and he has taken advantage of it since day number 1. Look at the size of that fin freak of nature. That's the kind of fish you want on Championship Sunday. Man, gonna weigh that for Berkeley Big Bass for sure, but let's get a weight on 2 fish here today. 7 pounds, 8 ounces. Hold that high and we'll get a weight on it here in a second. Needs to be bigger than 5 pounds, 8 ounces to take over Berkeley Big Bass for the day. 6'3" for the week. 6 pounds, 2 ounces. Takes a new Berkeley Big Bass for the day. Let's give him a big round of applause. And, you know, a 6'2" is fun to catch any day, always. But it's got to be a whole lot more fun to catch on Championship Sunday at the Classic.
Yeah, I think I caught that one about 11 o'clock on a spinnerbait. It's first spinnerbait bite I've had all week, and it was a big surprise. I just caught that small one, and then 20 yards down the bank I caught that one, and I caught it right beside. I had a 415 on day 1, and I caught it 30 foot from where I caught that one.
Incredible, and you got to be happy with your finish here. I mean, day 1 sort of a limit. I mean, limits seem to be the problem for you this week, but quality of fish, I mean, you've got a lot of good fit.
Yeah, I got on a little cranking pattern in practice. I was throwing a PH Customs Tiny Hunter, and, you know, I could catch 20, 30, 40 fish a day, a couple days, but, you know, getting a keeper was hard. I could, 4, 5, 6 keeper bites a day, and that was about it. And, they quit biting, and I figured it as it was warming up and the clouds went away and the rain went away and the sun came out and the water cleared up, the cranking bite just died for me.
Well, I want to congratulate you on a Bassmaster Classic appearance, and I know you'd like to get back here in the future.
Yeah, I'd love to get back here. I just want to give a few thank yous. I'd like to thank my family and friends. They've come a long way. I'd like to thank Nitro Boats, Sylacauga Marine, Hammer Fishing Rods, Dirty Jigs. Who am I forgetting? Help me out here, Dave. Dirty Jigs, Reactions Innovations, and last but not least, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
You got them all there.
All right. Let's bring our next angler in from the Lone Star State, from Jasper, Texas, Todd Faircloth.
Fishing his 17th at Geico Bassmaster Classic, 42 Bassmaster Top 10s, $2.3 million in Bassmaster earnings, a 5-time Elite Series champion. T-O-double-D, Todd Faircloth with 20 pounds an ounce as of this morning. 2 fish here today, and limits seem to be an issue early on our weigh-in here today on day number 3. 5 pounds, 2 ounces gives him 25 pounds, 3 ounces. You move into 18th place, and you went out as the bubble boy, nowhere to go but up, and you made it through that cut, and that's always the goal.
Yeah, it's always great to fish on a Sunday. What's really frustrating to me is I probably had one of the best classic practices I've ever had out of 17 classics I fished, and it just, my pattern faded away on me, and I just, the first day was pretty good. I made some adjustments, and the water cleared up on me, and I was going down the bank with a Strike King 1.5 square bill in practice and just catching them real good. And when the water cleared up, something changed, and I just wasn't able to make an adjustment. But great to see all these great fans here in Knoxville. You guys have been awesome this week, and I want to thank the Bass staff and all that they do, all the volunteers. There's a lot that goes into putting this event on, and my hat's off to them. Want to thank my family for their support. Love you guys, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you very much. Always great to have you here.
Well, it's a family thing. From Lakeland, Florida, give it up for Bobby Lane.
A 2-time Bassmaster winner with $1.4 million in Bassmaster earnings. Came very close to getting this title back in 2015. Big fish, Bobby Lane, had 23 pounds and 9 ounces as of this morning. He's got a limit, which was not an easy thing to come by here today by the looks of things. Looking for 16-13 to take the lead. He's got 5 fish for 9 pounds even, moves into 4th place with 32 pounds and 9 ounces. 32.9, and he moves into 4th place currently. Let's celebrate Bobby Lane once again here at the Geico Bassmaster Classic, his 12th Classic. 32 pounds, 9 ounces, not the championship Sunday you were hoping for, but you made it through to Sunday, and that's always the goal.
Yeah, it is. This was a good classic for me. I'm not used to fishing current this time of the year, so I was content. But I got the best equipment. I'm running a Phoenix with a Yamaha, and I'm got the best rods and reels. I was using an Ike cranking rod all week, a medium winch, and I was cranking a new Fritz side, and the hooks that come on it were perfectly fine, and just throwing a Gen 4 reel on it, and anything that had a current break, and that's what I was fishing. It really, my practice was okay, but then as the tournament went on, it just got a little tougher and tougher, so I just moved around and, did what I could today. But I got the best equipment, so I have no excuses for sure, but I definitely know I got the best family and the whole audience here. So I want to say thank you, Lanes. I truly, greatly had a wonderful classic. I want to thank Knoxville. It's been a wonderful time this week. Me, my wife, my kids, we've truly enjoyed our time in Knoxville, and I'm fishing the Open, so I'm hoping to win one and be back next year.
We'd love to see you.
Hey, let's bring another angler in. Y'all get loud for this fella from Newmarket, Minnesota, Seth Fighter.
The 2016 Bassmaster Toyota Angler of the Year Championship winner. 11 Bassmaster top 10s and his second Geico Bassmaster Classic. Let's hear it for the amazing fighter man, Seth Fighter. 22 pounds an ounce as of this morning. He's got 5 fish for us today. 5 fish for 9 pounds, 12 ounces. Moves into 7th place with 31.13. Let's hear it for the fighter man. Seth, not the finish you wanted coming into this event, because I know you at this point of your career. I mean, 2nd, 3rd, 4th isn't what you're chasing. You want that title, but being here, it's got to be a pretty exhilarating experience.
Oh yeah, just pulling into the stadium every day. This is it's the coolest thing you can do in bass fishing. But the good news is, unlike most of the guys, I get to fish a lot more of these and get another crack at winning one. So I'm excited.
Yeah, let's hear it for him.
Yeah. So this won't be my last classic, and you know, hats off to whoever wins this. It's going to change their life, and you know, now I got to sit around and wait till next year to get another crack at it. But I do have to thank Rapple and Daiwa, my 2 main sponsors, for all they do, and my my parents, my wife, and my little girls up there came to watch me weigh in. They've been with me all week, so it's been pretty special.
I don't want you to go anywhere, because I want to introduce you to somebody over here.
Oh,
Right over here. You have people wearing llama masks at weigh-ins now. Like I said yesterday, I don't know if you've made the sport greater or disgraced the sport, but I love it.
I don't know. It's kind of scary, but I dig it, man. He looks better with it off. Put it on, though. Put it on.
Let's hear it for the amazing fighter, man. Give him a llama on the way off stage.
All right. Hey, let's bring in our next angler, big-time pro out of Lake Quivira, Kansas. Give it up for Britt Chapman.
$1.9 million in Bassmaster earnings. He's the 2012 Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year, a 4-time Bassmaster winner with 35 Bassmaster top 10s. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. 24 pounds and 2 ounces to start the day. 3 fish to add to that here today. Move him up that leaderboard. 6 pounds, 11 ounces, gives him 30 pounds and 13 ounces, and he moves into 9th place currently. Get loud for Brent Chapman. $30 pounds, 13 ounces, and another Championship Sunday performance here at the Bassmaster Classic. I mean, that never gets old, does it, coming out there?
You're exactly right. You know, I've been very blessed over my career, 20 plus years at Bass, and this was 14th time at the Bassmaster Classic. So very honored with that, and it's been a good one, and enjoyed it. Obviously, would have liked to have had a little bit better finish, but I put it all out there this week, put many, many miles on this, this body of water. You know, my wife would drive me all the way to the other end of Tellico in our Toyota, put the Triton Mercury in, run it all over this place, and it's been a lot of fun this week. I really thought I had them dialed in. I got in this one little creek, and there was isolated clumps of milfoil in it, and I could see them on my Garmin live scope, and it was so cool because I could cast at these isolated clumps and basically call my shots in practice. And I thought it was going to be a lot better, and you know what? It's bass fishing. When somebody told me 20 plus years ago, you read the book that the pros write, and everything would have said these fish will just keep coming to this, and that's really what I thought. And I put my eggs in that basket, and it just didn't pan out. I was even asking Todd earlier. I'm like, you're from here. Why didn't these fish do it? And he was scratching his head too. But that's the one thing I've learned my whole career is you've got to keep an open mind. You've always got to be just fishing, and that's what I did today. I about 10:30, I finally put the stuff away, hopped in, went for a boat ride. I went and fished something that looked good, and caught the fish that I did. So maybe I should have adjusted a little bit sooner. That smallmouth I had, believe it or not, is my very first smallmouth I've caught all week. So it's a good one, but so I can say they're actually here. But it's been a great week. I got to say a big thanks to Ray Scott and everybody at Bass. It's been phenomenal. It's great to cap it off with a decent finish today, and who knows, maybe we'll be up here again someday.
I'd love to see that. Thanks for being here, and congrats for another Classic Championship Sunday appearance.
Let's bring a next angler in. How about a big old Marble City welcome to this young fella from Vineland, New Jersey, Adrienne Avina.
His very first at Geico Bassmaster Classic appearance. Made it through the Bassmaster Elite Series, had to go to the Bassmaster Classic bracket, battled it out and ended up on top there. So here he is at the Geico Bassmaster Classic. 24 pounds and 4 ounces as of this morning for the Jersey boy. 5 fish to add to that. Let's get him up that leaderboard. 24-4 this morning, 5 today for 8 pounds, 6 ounces. Gives him 32 pounds and 10 ounces. And the Jersey boy moves into 4th place currently. $32 pounds, 10 ounces, and going to call an end to your Classic here, but you know what? Sitting in 4th place right now. Going to have a decent finish here no matter what way you look at it. And was it worth doing the header off your boat or whatever happened in pre-fish?
Yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, I got here by qualifying through the bracket tournament. I've had 3 pretty consistent years on the Elite Series, finishing the 40s the last 3, and just kept on missing the Classic, and this is something I really thrived to get here, put a lot of time into getting here, and I got a lot of support back at home, but made it through the bracket tournament, did a backflip off my Suzuki motor, and now I'm here weighing in front of you guys. Really wish it was a little bit better tournament, but I got some people to thank. First, my family. My family's up there. They're awesome. They came everywhere. We got people from the Finners from Wisconsin. I got my family back from New Jersey. I want to shout out to New Jersey. Yeah, so Ike and Ellie, man, he's got a big bag coming up. I'm not going to spoil nothing, but yeah.
You just did. Thanks.
So Tackle Direct is my title sponsor. I know there has to be some guys out here right now that are also saltwater fishermen. If you guys are interested in saltwater gear, but also freshwater gear, make sure you guys check out tackledirect.com. Also, I've been running the last 3 days 300 miles, and 2 years ago I switched to a Suzuki 4-stroke, and that motor right there is not only reliable, but it's also extremely fast. So definitely check out if you're looking to repower or looking for a new motor, check out Suzuki. But man, awesome crowd. Really looking forward to seeing how it shakes out.
Awesome to have you here. It always is. We have weighed 12 anglers, ladies and gentlemen. The Bassmaster Classic is so much, not just to the anglers, but to the community, to everybody. And this is going to be televised. It's being televised right now. It's all around the world, streaming right now. We're going to be on ESPN2 in a couple of weeks. And we want to show everybody that Knoxville is a crowd full of crazy people, right? All right, I need 30 seconds of absolute insanity. We got cameras all around this place. The louder and the crazier you are, the more chance you'll be on camera. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think that was pretty good. I think that was pretty good, but the guy we got coming out next is the biggest name in the history of this sport. You got to do better than that. 1, 2, 3.
Let's bring him in, ladies and gentlemen, out of Kalamazoo, Michigan, Kevin Van Dam.
His 28th Bassmaster Classic, a 4-time Bassmaster Classic champion, a 7-time Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year, a 25-time Bassmaster winner, 112 Bassmaster top 10s, and $6.4 million in Bassmaster earnings. KVD, Kevin Van Dam. 21 pounds, 6 ounces to start the day. 5 fish to add to that here today. 8 pounds, 11 ounces. Gives you 30 pounds an ounce. Puts you in lucky number 13th place right now. But Kevin, I know every class you go to win. But man, you can't be upset with the Bassmaster Classic. You had a pretty good run.
Yeah, you know, this one I really thought was going to set up for my style real well. And, you know, I had a pretty decent practice. And just every day, I mean, I'm just catching the same size fish. So it really didn't finish, you know, the way that I would like. But it's still, I mean, what a great event. I knew when we were coming to Knoxville that it was going to be a really special classic. You know, the proximity. I like it because it's not that far from home. Lot of, you know, I got a lot of family here, a lot of friends that came down because it's not that far. I got my own cheering section there, you know. My sister and brother-in-law and my brother and his wife and Jonathan's here and Erica and, you know, my wife and boys and my mother-in-law and father-in-law. And we've got, you know, other friends and stuff that showed up. People drove from all over to be here. So that's what makes this sport so special, you know. First and foremost, I have a passion for this that I started at a young age. And I was real lucky that my dad took me fishing. He actually took me ice fishing when I was 3 years old and had the patience to get me back out there. You know, all kids love the water. And, you know, it started that passion that I still have today. You know, this is my 28th Classic, and it never gets old. You know, my favorite thing about the Bassmaster Classic is exactly what we're all going to do today, is being here on Championship Sunday when that Classic champion's crowned. And, you know, I've been lucky to be that guy on the stage 4 times, and somebody's going to get to experience that today, and it's really, really special. You know, I've got a lot of great sponsors I got to thank that I've, you know, been with me since day one. You know, Bass Pro Shops and Nitro, I've been with my whole career. You know, I've been with Toyota forever. I've been with Strike King. I have so many great sponsors, and really everybody, this whole industry is really tight-knit. You know, I know yesterday was a tough day. Daryl Lawrence passed away. I've got a little blue ribbon on my hat. You know, Daryl's one of those legends, and there's so many people like that. So, you know, my condolences to his family and that, but we're all a big family, and I appreciate everybody. I mean, it takes so much to put this on. You know, over the years, you just don't realize what the Bassmaster Classic is, or even, you know, the Elite Series. Bass has an incredible staff, you know, from Trip Weldon and their tournament, all the tournament staff, all the editorial staff. You know, I mean, it started with Dave Precht. Dave Precht has been there forever, and I grew up reading Bassmaster magazine, so, you know, I want to thank all the Bass staff, all the JM, all the Bassmaster TV gurus, and for the job that they do. They do a heck of a job, and it's created a great platform. What is the Super Bowl of bass fishing that we're all standing at today? So, really awesome deal. Again, I've had an unbelievable career. I love this sport. I have a passion for it, and I appreciate all the fans, all the people that not only support me, but the other people out there. You know, I had some people going by me today screaming for Mike Iaconelli as he went by, you know, and I seen a gal at the ramp. She was wearing an Iaconelli jersey, and I told her, I was kidding with her, I said, you'll wear anybody's jersey, you know. So that's what's awesome about it is, you know, everybody has that passion. We all share the love, you know, of bass fishing, and that's our common ground. So I'm glad to be here on the stage today, and I wish I would have had a monster day or just had a great event this week, but it just didn't happen. I gave it everything that I had, and I'm so appreciative and proud for all the people that made all this happen.
I'm proud to call you a friend, and it's been amazing to have you. Everything that Kevin Van Dam's given to our sport. Let's hear it for him.
Thanks from all of us, Kev. Awesome guy. Next angler rolling in is also a great angler, super pro from Talala, Oklahoma, Edwin Evers.
Oh, the hits keep coming. He's got $3.1 million in Bassmaster earnings, 11-time Bassmaster winner, the 2016 Bassmaster Classic champion with 64 Bassmaster top 10s. And he'd like to put a show on for you today. Uh-oh, he's opening the second lid. Knoxville, you ready for this? Edwin Evers once again with a finned freak of nature here on Championship Sunday. Pulling that Berkeley bag out of that Nitro live well. And let's get a weight on those fish. Had 24 pounds and 12 ounces to start the day. He's got 5 fish here today, looking for 15-10 to take the lead. 14 pounds, 11 ounces. 15 ounces short of the overall lead, but with 39 pounds, 7 ounces, E squared moves into second place currently. I don't know if I'm correct or not, but I think the big one was your first fish of the day, was it? I saw that come up on Bass Track, and I'm like, uh-oh, it's going to be another one of those Championship Sundays for Edwin.
I was hoping so. That fish bit right off the bat. I actually brought the bait in my pocket. It was a fun day, a fun week. This bait right here caught a lot of fish. It's called a Fritz side. David Fritz made it. It's a little flat-sided Berkeley crankbait. I actually sat in one spot today for 20 minutes and caught one almost every cast. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun. I caught that second biggest one on the first cast, little point, and then like after that I never could get another good one, but I would catch one every cast. It was just a lot of fun. I think the fishing's getting better, every day that we're out there. It's a shame the tournament has to be over.
Yeah, I'd love to stay here for a whole other week. You want to stay around for a while? Unfortunately, it's got to end, but I mean, you got to be happy with your finish here. I know every classic, your goal is spot number 1, but you represented well here this week.
Hey, it was a great classic. I got to say thank you to a lot of people. I couldn't be up here, without General Tire, just a great sponsor of the whole sport, and Bass Pro Shops and Nitro. I've been with them since the very, very beginning. It's a sad deal with Lawrence, but Mr. Lance, I've been with Lawrence forever. And, I can't thank all of them enough. Optima batteries and just so thankful for Berkeley and making that Fritz side, because I caught a lot of big fish on that thing this week. But, I couldn't do it without all those guys. They're very, very important.
I'm not sure if you know of the unofficial rule, but if you bring a bait on the stage, me and Tripp usually get to keep it. But I'm thinking, rather than me and Tripp stealing it from you, you should pick someone in our splash well to give that to. What do you guys think?
I think that's a great idea. I really, really do. Before I get off here, I just want to thank Bass. Just my hat's off to you guys, top-notch organization, and all the people that work behind the scenes, Robert and Tripp and Hank, and, we miss Chuck here, but, they're some of the greatest guys, all those guys behind the scenes that take care of this and get us through doing what we do. It's very thankful, and for you, man. You got a hard job up here. Some days when we get up here, we're in a really bad mood because we didn't catch them, and you always try to bring the best out of us, but you do a good job up here, so we really appreciate it a bunch. We'll say thank you to all my family. They all drove in, and just thanks to my wife for letting me do what I love to do, and I got the best woman in the world, let me tell you.
Thank you for doing what you do and giving us a front row seat to it.
All right, well said. Let's bring another angler, a big-time pro out of Payson, Arizona. How about it, everybody, for Clifford Birch?
Had a big day, day number 1. His 6th Geico Bassmaster Classic has qualified for every single one since joining the Bassmaster Elite Series, a 3-time U.S. Open champion with 10 Bassmaster top 10s. Started today with 25 pounds and 14 ounces. Get loud for the Golden Ram, Clifford Birch. At 25-14. 4 fish to add to that here today. Looking for 14.8 to take the lead. 5 pounds, 10 ounces. Unfortunately, 2 minutes late today, so that's going to cost them a couple of pounds, and that's what resulted in 5 pounds, 10 ounces with a total of 31 pounds, 8 ounces, and he moves into 11th place currently. Unfortunately, that late penalty is going to cost you a little bit, but the good news is, I mean, it's not going to cost you the win. I mean, that would be gut-wrenching as if it's not hard enough anyways.
Yeah, you know, I don't think I've done that for 15 years, and it was one of these things where I knew I had a really, really small amount of time to get back, and I had a 6-pounder follow me out, and there was like a 3-pounder and a 2.5, and I caught the 2.5, and I turned around and tried to make a couple more casts at the 6-pounder, and ended up having to measure one little bitty one on the way out, and just cost me that extra minute and a half, or I was about 1 minute and 18 seconds. So just kind of one of those things. You know, it didn't make a real big difference here, but you know, I had a great first day, and it was really fun to be a part of a good week. You know, I really had a great time catching them. I mainly caught them this week shallow cranking and throwing a big swim bait. And, you know, I had some muddy water to start the tournament, and it seemed like the fish were a little bit more prone to go ahead and eat the bait in that off-color water. They got a little trickier in that clear, cold water, and the water temperature dropped quite a bit. So it just got hard, but I'll tell you what, it's always exciting to make Championship Sunday at the Bassmaster Classic. I'll tell you what, I'm spent. I drove 75 miles one way today, and I think you can only go about 76. So, you know, I did everything I could, and I tell you what, it's always a blessing to be a part of the Bassmaster Classic. Everyone dreams about being here, and it's deflating when you realize you're just not going to get that win this year. But you know, I'll shoot for coming back next year. You know, I'm looking forward to another chance, and you know, the good news is I got a good start to this season, and hopefully make it back here again next year. I want to say thanks to my sponsors. I'll tell you what, I know most of you folks are from Tennessee, so you're real familiar with how great a Phoenix boat runs, but I ran it all the way to the other end, and you know, that Suzuki was just fantastic. You can't believe the reliability. I talk to commercial fishermen all the time, and they just you know, there's a new record on how long they last every time I talk to somebody. Like, I think I've heard 7,000 hours now is the highest one I've heard. So, you know, I just couldn't be happier with the equipment I'm using. And, you know, the Dick CPEC guys keep me in good tires. And tell you what, I'm just thankful. It's been a great week, and I'm super exhausted. And I'm going to join you in the stands. So thank you all for cheering, and thanks for coming.
I look forward to watching you all year long on the Bassmaster Elite Series.
Hey, let's bring another pro in, big-time pro out of North Prince George, Virginia. You know and you love him. Here comes Jacob Perez.
Fishing his 5th Geico Bassmaster Classic, a 4-time Bassmaster winner with 15 Bassmaster top 10s. Took 2 Elite Series wins in his very first season on the Bassmaster Elite Series. Ooh, the thrill of victory and the agony of angling. Truly the most humbling sport on earth. You know, just when you think you got them figured out, they throw you the fin.
Yeah, you know, this morning I knew right off the giddy that it was going to be jacked up out there fishing today. I ain't seen one all week, and the first dock I pulled by, there's a 4-pounder laying underneath it. And that right there just tells you that they're in that mood where, you know, what I'm doing is not going to work. And I was skipping docks with a jig, fishing real slow. And, you know, that current was running. They slowed the current down, so it was hardly any current at all. And those fish just rose to the top. And, I mean, I've seen probably 6 or 8 today. And that just means that good times are coming. They're going to be spawning before very long. And that's what I love to do. But I fished a lot on Fort Loudon. I fished a lot on Tellico. And that's where I caught my bigger ones was on Tellico, you know. There were so many people running the same pattern on Fort Loudon. But both great lakes. And, you know, I can't complain. Sometimes the wing falls off, but today the whole plane blew up. But, you know, that's just part of it. But, I mean, in my mind, I needed to catch a 20-pound bag, and that's the only way I thought I could catch it was actually flipping docks, fishing really slow. You know, they've seen every crankbait, the spinnerbait, the chatterbait, the whatever you name it. You know, they've seen it this week. And the guy that wins this tournament, he figured out something special, and, you know, hats off to him. But I'd like to just thank all my sponsors. I mean, my equipment worked flawless this week. I never had any issues with anything. And that just means a lot. I mean, we get to fish with the best stuff in the industry, and that's just a blessing. But, you know, I burned 45 gallons of gas every day. That new Mercury, if you haven't checked it out, go try one. They are bad to the bone. And one other thing, CMAP. If you haven't checked out CMAP, the new Lawrenson mapping system, absolutely unbelievable. The depth contour lines, the little ditches and stuff where those fish were kind of migrating in and stuff was that. But we lost Daryl Lawrence last night, and that's why you see this little blue ribbon on my hat. Cheryl was telling me a little story about that he was flying over looking at schools of fish from a plane, and he's the guy that came up with the sonar, like the first sonar I ever did. So, you know, great. My hats off to their family and stuff, and look, what a great event. The Bassmaster Classic is awesome, and I love family and friends, and it's just, you know, a special event.
Special event, and love having you here, brother. We look forward to seeing you again.
Got another pro coming in from the Yellowhammer State out of Cullman, Alabama. Here comes Jesse Wiggins.
Came very close to a win right here in Knoxville, Tennessee 2 years ago on the Bassmaster Elite Series. He's a 3-time Bassmaster winner, and it looks like he went to work. I'll hold your grocery bag, sir, no problem. Digging deep in that live well. I think he's got something to show you, Knoxville. Get loud for Jesse Wiggins, once again living right in Knoxville, Tennessee. Every time we come here, he's something to be reckoned with, and we may have a brand new leader. Look out. At 26 pounds, 10 ounces, needs 13, 12, 17, 4, and Jesse Wiggins is your brand new Geico daily leader with 43 pounds, 14 ounces. $43 pounds, 14 ounces. Going to weigh that for Berkeley Big Bass right there. Not going to take that over 4-1, but I'm sure you're not too upset. You know, we have, 8 more anglers to weigh. You're leading the Bassmaster Classic. And you told me this morning when we talked on the dock, tell me what you did last night.
I talked to Jay Lee, and I knew he's known for comebacks. So I actually borrowed some lures from him, and I got him to rub on my boat last night. And I guess it worked.
Had him rub on your boat.
Yeah, absolutely, because, you know, any kind of thing you can get from Jay Lee, the way he wins. And after this morning, I thought it was going to go down. I mean, I just started catching big and Lordy mercy, I didn't lose anything today. I mean, everything went perfect today. And I'd been fighting it all week. Seemed like I was going against the grain, and this morning it just happened. But while I'm up here, I got to say thanks to all my family and stuff. All of them drove up here. They're all over here. And all the texts and calls, all the support, I appreciate it so much. And all my sponsors, Honda Marine. I mean, I've been running a Honda for 3 years now, and I've never even had a single problem with it. So can't say enough about that. And St. Croix rods, I cranked all week. In practice, I threw a little Jackal Bling 55, a little flat-sided crankbait because it was really cold. And as it warmed up, I was able to throw a 1.5 and stuff like that and catch them. and I threw it on a St. Croix 610 medium heavy Legend glass. If you get to Houston throwing a crankbait, check that rod out because it is amazing when you can feel so much with it, even though it's a glass rod. And a Vision wheel, I mean, I got a bunch, Costa, and I got a bunch of people I want to thank, and thank all y'all for coming out. And another thing I want to say too is I'm just a little old redneck from Alabama. So if you're out there and you think you can do this, or you want to do this, trust me, you can. Just put your head down and fish and fish and fish and fish and fish. Don't take any shortcuts. Just fish your butt off as much as you can locally, then go to the next stage, fish regionally, fish some of the opens, and then you can work your way here. That's exactly what I did. Take baby steps, and you can get to here where I'm at. And just thank all y'all for coming out. Thanks again to my family, and we'll see how long we stay at number 1.
I hope you're there for a while. Thank you for the great words.
Got another Bama boy in the wings. He's ready to come on in the house out of Gunnersville, Alabama. Here comes Justin Lucas.
He is a two-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion. He is the reigning Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Started the day with 27 pounds even. And came into this event with one goal, to bookend his season with an AOY championship and a Bassmaster Classic win. Had 27 pounds even as of this morning. 2 fish here on Championship Sunday, 4 pounds, 9 ounces, gonna move into 12th place with 31 pounds, 9 ounces. And as I've said several times, I know the goal is always to finish in spot number 1, but being here on Championship Sunday, leaving that dock, knowing that you had a shot, had to be an incredible feeling.
It was a great feeling, and that saying, if you ain't first, you're last, applies to this event big time. That was the goal coming here, is to try and win. I put myself in a good spot after the first day, and the problem that I had this week is I never really got on a pattern. I was just fishing certain spots, and they just didn't reproduce, you know. And a guy like Wiggins, he got on a great pattern today. Him and I were talking backstage, and he just absolutely smashed him. He made it look easy, and it wasn't that easy, you know. 2 fish all day, and I fished hard, man. I made thousands of casts, it felt like, but I just wasn't around him. I did throw a new Berkeley flat side crankbait. It's a plastic crankbait that you can cast really well on a bait caster, and when I got around him, I would catch him. But today, you know, it was just a lot of nothing going on. But I got to say thanks to my family. I want to say thank you to everybody, too, that supported me last year when I won AOY. You guys were awesome. I got so many messages from everyone, and I really, really appreciate that. And thank you to everybody for coming out. This is one of the best classics I've ever been a part of. And certainly also want to thank Bass. I want to thank you, Dave. It's been a lot of fun over the years, and I appreciate everything you guys have done for me.
We appreciate you giving us a front row seat to some amazing moments.
We'll move from Alabama to way out west, going to Lake Havasu, Arizona. Let's welcome Roy Hawk.
His very first Geico Bassmaster Classic. He is the 2015 U.S. Open champion and came very close to winning the Elite Series Rookie of the Year title last year. And he's smiling from ear to ear. Let's see what he's got here today. Well, maybe he wasn't smiling as much as I thought. He's always smiling. Roy Hawk. Oh, truly one of the good guys of this sport. Always got a smile on your face. 3 fish here today. Started the day with 27 pounds and 10 ounces. Let's get him up that leaderboard as far as we can. 3 fish here on Championship Sunday. $27 pounds, 10 ounces as of this morning. 3 very, very lively fish in that live well. 6 pounds, 10 ounces gives him 34 pounds and 4 ounces. He moves into 6th place. Give me a little love for Roy Hawk. Okay, not going to finish the way you wanted, but I mean, you can't be upset with this. Your first classic, and wow, what a great week you've had.
Oh, no doubt, man. The Lord blessed me getting here. He blessed me with a great tournament, blessed me with an awesome family and love and support. Love you guys. You guys rock! Ow! No, overall, great week. I had a ton of fun, and, it's just a true blessing to be here.
How did you catch him this week?
I mainly cranked. I threw what do they call it thing, a fat John. I threw that a lot and a little bit on the Little John MD. And today I caught a real nice one on a pepper spinnerbait. Me and my son sat down and made some up this morning before we took off. And I tied that thing on, rolled to the first spot, and nailed that 3-pounder. I thought, oh boy, here we go. But didn't work out so good. But it's all good. Had a great time. Want to thank everyone for showing up, man. This is an awesome crowd. This is definitely the biggest crowd I've ever waited in front of. And you guys are all awesome. Bunch of bass freaks, man. It's so cool.
Very cool, and it's been great having you here. Let's hear it for Roy Hawk, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you guys have been counting, but that means we're 19 down with just 6 anglers left to go. Are you guys ready for the Super 6? Stick around. You're not going to want to miss this coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, folks, it's time for the Berkeley's $100,000 Cast for Cash. Berkeley, one of the longest running sponsors of BASS, excited to have the Berkeley's $100,000 Cast for Cash in honor of their new line of hard baits. Berkeley's been at the forefront of innovation in products that are designed to catch more fish since 1937. You know their brands and products: Trilene, #1 fishing line in the world, Power Bait, Fire Line, Havoc, and the list goes on. Adding to that, Berkeley now has Fusion 19 hooks, the sharpest hooks I've ever seen. It's my honor now to hand off the microphone to my friend with Berkeley, two-time Bassmaster Classic champion and star of his own long-running television show, Mr. Hank Parker.
Man, what a great crowd, and how awesome has this tournament been right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. All the bass guys are showing out, and what a great tournament. Hey, let me tell you, this is Berkeley Cast for Cash, and that's been such a positive program. They now have Cash for Cash that you can sign up for, and in your sanctioned local tournaments, you can win Berkeley Cash. All you got to do to go to berkeleyfishing.com, berkeleyfishing.com, and check out Cast for Cash. Be a part of it. It's pretty awesome. I'm here with Frank Mixon from Abilene, Texas, and he's going to put this little casting plug right in this fish's mouth and win 100 grand. Are y'all going to pull for him? Woo! All right. It's all yours, brother.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. 100 grand. I'm going to get out of the way. Oh, short. Where's my man? Where's my man? Can we give him another chance? Can we give him one more try? What about it? Hold on. We got to get it cleared. Can we get another try? For 25 grand? All right, we're going to get another try, this time for 25 grand. Drum roll. Oh! Woo. Well, let me tell you, Frank, you didn't make it, buddy. But the guys at Berkeley are going to give you $1,500 and all those rods and reels. Thank you very much. Woo! Cast for Cash. Y'all sign up. BerkeleyFishing.com. One up. Got one more. All right. Woo! Come on. We're ready. We're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet your Geico Bassmaster Classic Super 6. From Spring City, Tennessee, Wesley Strader. From Pittsgrove, New Jersey, Michael Iaconelli. From Knoxville, Tennessee, Ott Defoe. From Fort Worth, Texas, Chris Saldane. From Tuskegee, Alabama, Mark Daniels Jr. From Harrison, Tennessee, Jacob Wheeler. Ladies and gentlemen, there they are, your 2019 Geico Bassmaster Classic Super 6.
Oh, what a cast of... What a... Hello? Hey! What a cast of characters we have. Two of Tennessee's finest, a former champion, and some of the biggest young guns in the sport. At the beginning of this year, over 20,000 Bass Nation members set their sights on getting here. Over 108 Elite Series pros, some of the best in the world, set their sights on getting here. Thousands of Bassmaster Opens, champions, and competitors set their sights on getting right here. We started with the finest 52 in the world. 25 went out today, and now our Super 6 and our current leader. Only 7 left in the field. Are you ready to make this official, ladies and gentlemen? This is the moment that we all wait for. Somebody's life is about to change here, and this is where the dreams start. Bassmaster, as you've heard all year long, we've started promoting a simple motto. Big fish, big stage, big dreams. What that means, you catch the big bass, cross the big stage, and you accomplish the big dreams. And we've seen a lot of those accomplished over the years, and many of those accomplished here this week. Before we bring out our anglers as they make their way in their boat, we did it yesterday. It was lots of fun. I need you guys to do me a favor, because this is going to be on ESPN2 all around the world. You guys over here, you're going to say big bass. Can you do it for me? Guess what you guys are saying? Yes. What? That was confused. You guys are big dreams. And then all of us together, Bassmaster. Okay? Let's try it. Are you guys ready to see the Super 6 roll through in their boats and see what finally happened? All right, let's bring in our current leader, ladies and gentlemen, and load our hot seat first. Get loud, ladies and gentlemen, for Jesse Wiggins. Jesse, you've been pacing backstage, and you know, years ago, people used to come load this seat, and then they'd be like, oh, okay, I got to sit here for a while, and I'm going to get knocked off. But as one of your best friends has proved, and many anglers have proved, Championship Sunday, you get a spot in that seat, and anything can happen.
Exactly right. When they start the Super 6, if you're not in the Super 6, if you're sitting here, it's the best place you can be. I think it's been like that for the last 3 or 4 classics, so I'm not complaining one bit for my seat right now.
What would this mean to you before we start rolling through? I mean, you're an incredibly talented angler, but nobody's ever going to argue that. But this puts you in a league of legends.
It sure does. I mean, I couldn't even put it into words. I couldn't put it into words. People ask me all the time, hey, when'd you start fishing? I'm like, I don't remember, because I don't remember not fishing. So, I've been fishing that long, and, this is the biggest tournament in the world, and just to be leading it before they get to bring out is just, it's a super, fishing back at home. I remember me and my brother, we used to fish in an old sewage drain for snapping turtles. That's how much we love fishing. And, and we used to do it for fun. We loved getting out of school and getting to go do that, because it was by where my daddy worked at. So, it was just, just growing up, fishing was all we ever knew, and just getting to be on this stage, you think about it, but you don't really think it's possible. Like I said, I'm just a young redneck kid from Alabama. I didn't think I could make it to this, but like I said earlier, I just kept fishing and kept fishing and kept fishing, and I don't know how it happened, but I'm here somehow.
Well, get cozy, because that seat, although it's very coveted, I don't know how comfortable it is, because you got 6 of the best to ever play the game rolling through here. Are you guys ready for the first boat to roll through? Let's get them rolling. Fishing his 3rd Bassmaster Classic. He's a 17-time FLW Cup qualifier, 3-time Bassmaster winner. 2 of those wins came last year. Tennessee's very own Wesley Strader. It was Strader time twice last year, back-to-back wins both on the Bassmaster Elite Series and the Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Opens. Digging deep in that live well. Tennessee, let's hear it for one of your very own. Started the day with 28 pounds even. He's got 5 fish all alive, looking for 15-15 to take the lead. 11 pounds, 8 ounces. Not going to take the lead, but he moves into 3rd place. And Tennessee, he does you proud all year long, and he did it again here this week. Let me hear it for Wesley Strader. Wesley, I know the goal was to grab that bad boy over there and hold it around.
I might still grab it. Who says I can't get out here before somebody catches me?
I mean, I'd like to see it happen.
I played football a long time ago.
And you have half of Tennessee here as your lineman.
I think I could get somebody to help me, especially that section right up there.
The problem is there's another dude from Tennessee backstage that he's got some of them wanting him to carry it.
He's younger than me. He'll be all right. No, you know what a week. I've had a fabulous week. You know, anytime that you can be at the Bassmaster Classic and be on stage in the finals of Super 6 and have all your friends and family here, mom, dad, my brother, sister-in-law, my wife. I mean, I got so many people here. I want to thank them all. I'm going to do something right here. Last year at the beginning of the season, you gave me this autism awareness bracelet. I had it on when I won Kentucky Lake. I had it on when I won Lake Norman, and I put it on right before I fished the Bassmaster Classic, and I'm giving it to you.
Thank you very much. And thank you for supporting. The cool thing about these bracelets, and you brought it up, this wasn't, you know, you see a lot of leagues. You know, the NFL will do breast cancer awareness and stuff like that. It's a league initiative. One of the coolest things about this, the anglers did it. John Cruz and all the anglers came together and made this happen for everybody dealing with autism. Let's hear it for them, ladies and gentlemen.
I wore that especially for you because I know your daughter has autism, and it meant a lot to me to be able to wear that for you and your daughter. So, you know, I got to thank Ranger Boats, Evan Root Outboards. Last year I flubbed up, or Houston, I flubbed up and thanked a sponsor that I didn't have. So I want to make sure Evan Root, I run that Evan Root all over the place.
Say it 7 times.
Evan Root, 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 Evan Root.
You're made even now.
Yeah, so, you know, I got to thank Power Rods, Power Poles, Zoom Baits, Sun Fishing Line. I couldn't caught those fish without that Sun Fishing Line today. I just want to thank them all. I mean, I couldn't be here without them. Zorro Spinner Baits was a big player this week. I mean, I just run around and fish stuff that I knew to fish. I spent the entire practice at Tellico, and I had really good practice over there, and I was saving it for the last day, and then today it got bright and blue, and it was cold and no wind. I said, you just check that off the list. I ain't running that far to go catch nothing. So I stayed up here and just, you know, fished off memory, and I caught what I caught.
It's an incredible week here this week, and I'm kind of upset because you kind of told us, you know, I thought your wife was going to have an incredible party here tonight, but maybe still a little bit?
She still will, I promise you that. Especially if a local happens to win it. I've grew up with Ott. I don't know who's got what, but if Ott was to win, I mean, I've watched Ott grow up from when he was a little kid. The first time I made the Classic was in '03 when Iaconelli won. And I'm in this no-name canal up close to New Orleans. I didn't do no good the first day, so I'm not running all the way to Venice again. So I'm in there fishing, and all of a sudden, there shows up Ott, Sonny, and Jenny. He had to be like 14 years old in his back. I mean, his dad took him to the class. He's been to every Classic and had his boat. So if he was, I've watched him grow up, and I'd be tickled to death if he wins.
It'll be awesome to see how it concludes here. Thank you very much for everything. Tennessee, let me hear it for Wesley Strader. Speaking of the 2003 Classic, let's roll through our next angler. He is the 2003 Geico Bassmaster Classic champion, the 2006 Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year from Pitts Grove, New Jersey. Go Ike for Mike Iaconelli! Started the day with 28 pounds and 9 ounces. digging deep in that live well. He opened both doors, and that's usually a good sign. Come on, Ike fans, the louder you get, the bigger the bass are. Go Ike for Mike Iaconelli! Another incredible championship Sunday performance by one of the most polarizing figures in the history of this sport. Mike Iaconelli with 28 pounds, 9 ounces to start the day. He's looking for 15 pounds, 6 ounces to take the lead. 5 fish, all alive. Needs 15-6. 14 pounds even. 1 pound, 6 ounces short of the overall lead. But Iaconelli moves into second place. Ike, man, I gotta be honest, first thing this morning, you started firing early and often, and I thought, oh boy, it's gonna happen here. And you made a valiant run at it, but anything you're looking back and saying, man, that I zigged where I should have zagged there? Or...
I mean, there's always things that you look back and you wish you could do over again, and it's important to analyze and think about what you should have did, but it's also important to stay positive, and in this tournament, I chose to stay positive. I had so much fun this week. I've got so much support. All the green shirts over there, my family. It was a great week. I found a really special spot, and it was a natural rock, little vein of natural rock that ran out in front of this riprap area. And it was one of the best crankbait bites I've ever had in my life. I honestly caught 30 a day from this spot that was no bigger than this stage. And I caught every fish on a DT6.
In your face?
In his face, in a color called Caribbean Shad. And today the water cleaned a little bit, and I had to switch to a color called Smash. So Rapala crankbait for me was so key. And I threw it on an Abu Garcia delay rod. It's an Ike Series rod with an Ike Revo reel. And that setup really gave me an opportunity to win. I fell a little short, but man, I had a phenomenal tournament.
What is it about big time events? I mean, there's certain anglers, we talked to Wheeler about it earlier in the week, and he's definitely one of them. And you are definitely, you know, doesn't matter where we go, there's not too many of these championship events that you're not in contention.
That's the funny thing. I just like, you know, you make fun of guys that say this, but I like to fish. I'm passionate about fishing. I liked it since I was a little kid. And honestly, I don't think I'm that amazing of a fisherman. I've got guys back home in my club that I used to fish for, Top Rod Bassmasters, that are better fishermen than me. They really are. And I never thought I was that good. Today when we pulled in, my wife was my caddy, my wife Becky. And she said, you know, keep your head up. You had a great event. She said, you know, I know you're thinking about retiring soon. And I said, yeah. She said, man, that's a shame. She said, you're really good. And that's the first time I thought about that. And she said that, and I said, you're right, I am pretty good. So maybe I won't retire now.
That sounds like a good plan. I mean, it really is hard to give up when you're pretty much known for never give up.
Yeah, never give up. I know this gets repetitive, but I do want to take this opportunity to thank all my sponsors. Bass Cat, Yamaha, Toyota, Lowrance, Abu Garcia, Rapala, VMC, Hobie. There's so many. The list goes on and on. We can't do this without the sponsorship, so I want to thank those guys. I want to thank my family for all the support. This is a crazy life. There's a lot of time away from home. I want to thank them for putting up with this. And I do want to remind everybody, man, if you're not doing nothing after this tonight, head on over to Hotel Knoxville, right down the street, go to the bar. Ike Live is having a little after party from 8 to 11. I'd love to meet you. Come have a drink. Founders is supporting the event. Come get a free beer if you're there the first hour. And also I want to mention that everything I did this week, all the techniques I used, from the DT crankbait to the missile jig under the docks to the mullet spinnerbait, you can see all that stuff. Go to the Bass University, go to Bass University TV, subscribe, and you're going to be able to see all those techniques I used this week.
Ike, it's been an inspiration watching you. You're one of the most passionate wild men ever to play this sport, but I'm thankful for Ike. Look what he has done for this sport. So many things and inspired. You look at all the Ike and Ellie jerseys I see. You really have. I remember when you won the Classic. I remember the first interview, and they asked you what your goal was, and you said you wanted to change the sport. You wanted to get more kids in it. My friend, mission accomplished.
Thank you. I appreciate it. The only way to grow the sport is to get kids involved. Man, if you don't do anything else in your life, get a kid involved in fishing, especially a kid that hasn't fished before. That's the future. Check out the Ike Foundation. We do that every day. But the only way to grow the sport is to get kids involved. Before I go, I got to do one thing. I hope this isn't my last Classic, but I was always afraid to do this because Tripp would get mad at me if I did this.
Uh-oh, what are you going to do?
Well, I wanted to stage dive, but that looks like a pretty far jump.
Well, not if you go back here or over here.
Will y'all catch me if I stage dive?
Which side do you think?
I'm going to go on that side because I see people from Jersey right there.
All right, we're going to count it down.
And I also want to throw my jersey in the crowd, which I'm not allowed to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Iaconelli, the incomparable Mike Iaconelli, for the first time ever in Bassmaster Classic history, a stage dive. Truly one of the greatest to ever play the game. And with that being said, Jesse Wiggins, you just dodged a big, big bullet.
I sure did, and I know we got a Tennessee guy coming up, so my time may be limited, but I'm happy, and it seems like every time I get to stay up here, that's a little bit more money every time somebody gets to wheel on out, so I'll stay up here as long as we can.
You're getting paid to stay, and it works out pretty good. Does it concern you? I mean, you came close to a victory in Knoxville, and I mean, these people are very pro-op default. Does it concern you that you might have a few dudes waiting for you at the monkey bars after school?
Maybe not. I mean, I'm a redneck, you know, so I fit right in with these people. I mean, we speak the same language, so I don't think they'd hate me too bad.
All right, let's see what we got. Let's roll through our next angler. He is a 5-time Bassmaster winner. Came into this event as the odds-on favorite to win it. From Knoxville, Tennessee, Defoe! Fishing his 8th Bassmaster Classic. He's got $1.3 million in Bassmaster earnings. Started the day with 30 pounds and 5 ounces. Digging deep in that nitro live well. Gonna put a show on for you, Knoxville. Let's hear it for your hometown hero, Defoe! 30 pounds and 5 ounces to start the day. Oh boy, there is a bulge in that Abu Garcia weigh-in bag. 30 pounds and 5 ounces to start the day. He's looking for 13 pounds, 10 ounces, 18, 14 with 49 pounds, 3 ounces. We have a brand new Geico Daily leader in Knoxville's Defoe! With that, we say goodbye to Jesse Wiggins. Let's give him a big round of applause. An incredible job. That's what makes this sport so special, the incredible show of sportsmanship. And one of the greatest guys out there is standing right beside me right now. Tennessee, let me hear it for Hot Tifo. When this tournament was announced, I mean, I'm sure you were elated, excited, but a target was painted right on your back. And so many people have been in this position and come here and just, I mean, it's just the pressure of the Classic is like nothing else, and it's ratcheted up even in your hometown. We're not talking about weeks of interviews, we're talking about months of interviews. Yeah. All the interviews are done. But if this goes right for you, there's a whole bunch ahead of you, but with a lot less pressure. How do you feel right now?
Man, I'm excited, Dave. I don't even know what to say. The only thing I know how to tell you, dude, I was so mad yesterday. I was so mad. After that first day, I was on top of the world. But God will humble you sometimes, exactly when you need it. And that was what it took yesterday, because if I'd had another pretty good day, I wouldn't have adjusted. I wouldn't have just went fishing like I went fishing today. Listened to my gut. And I know I wouldn't be in this position right now. So you got to listen to what God's telling you. And man, I needed a bad day yesterday, and I survived that with 10 pounds. You know, that was what I needed. I needed to just get through that day, and man, it was meant to be. That's all it is. I mean, if this works out, that's all it is. Every single part of it. Those people right up there, my family, my wife, my kids, my mom, my dad, my brother Sonny actually got Dad out on the water today. I'd already caught a lot of those fish, a couple of the better ones. They got to see me catch a really nice one, and they ended up catching another good one later on. But it was really cool to look out there and just see them there. And I'd caught that one before I knew it. They'd slipped off to get back here and everything. But now them getting me, Dad getting me into this means everything.
Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. I asked you this morning on the dock. I said, what's the number? What do you need to catch today to win this? We got 3 more anglers, so this is not done. He told me 18 pounds. You weighed 18-14. And I may know where your daughter gets her fortune-telling abilities. For those of you that didn't know, earlier in the week, your daughter made a sign for where you park it. And what did that say, Ott?
Yeah, out there in front of my garage, she'd wrote in chalk, she'd wrote the 2019 Bassmaster Classic champion lives here.
I really hope that Lizzie the fortune teller is true. I'm going to let you join the hot seat. Okay. But not only have you showed out this week, I mean, he represents Tennessee incredible all year long, and he's done it again this week, no matter how this works out. When this was announced, I may have some fortune-telling abilities, because I made a bet with a bunch of people. I said, this will be the biggest Bassmaster Classic ever. Absolutely. Officially. 153,000 people, the biggest Bassmaster Classic ever. Thank you, Knoxville.
Man, I knew when they announced it. It wasn't even a doubt in my mind. I mean, this is the hub of bass fishing. I mean, we've got a lot of people around this part of the country that just eat up with it, and we're so close to so many other big cities that are the same way. And we're just big enough, but we're not too big right here in Knoxville. And no, I'm so very glad that our town has embraced bass fishing the way they have. The county, the town, the state, everybody that made this event possible. I'm so very thankful.
Well, I think the analogy you use for Knoxville is very fitting for you. I met you when you first joined the Elite Series. He's always been a big star, and the bigger he gets, he never gets too big, because he's a very down-to-earth guy. Have a seat in our hot seat. 3 pros away from his lifelong title. Let's keep him rolling. His 4th Bassmaster Classic. He is a 2-time Bassmaster winner. A bridesmaid finish on the Bassmaster Elite Series 1 month ago. Under a 16 Bassmaster Top 10s. Time to get Zaldangerous for Chris Zaldane. Had the biggest bag of the tournament yesterday, 21 pounds. And today, a much tougher day, 30 pounds, 12 ounces. 2 fish to add to that for 3 pounds, 4 ounces, gives you 34 pounds even. You move into 10th place. Let's hear it for him being our Super 6. Chris, watching you fish today, I mean, it's the evil thing about this sport. You locked one bait in your hand, you let it fish one way. It worked yesterday. And that's always kind of the battle in this sport. I mean, if he locks in his hand and he brings another 21 pounds, everyone's like, what a genius. But if you don't, they're like, why didn't you change up? But you did what it took to get here, and an incredible classic, no matter what way you look at it.
You know, when you launched us off this morning, I was in contention to win. That's all you could ask for going into the 3rd day. And I went out there and, you know, after a 21-pound day yesterday, I stuck with a big swim bait. And that's all I know how to do to win. That's all I wanted to do to win. So the key was, and listen up to the locals who fish Fort Loud, and this is the only way you're going to beat Defo on this place. Get a big swim bait, a little larger than normal swim bait. Those fish are eating gizzard shad pre-spawn. But the biggest thing was finding rock transitions. Anywhere a bluff turned into a gravel spot, or where chunk rock turned into gravel or sand, that was the deal. Unfortunately, you either needed current or wind, or both. Today I had neither. I didn't have current, I didn't have wind. It was still, it was slick, it was calm, and they didn't want the swim bait. So I kept throwing it, I stuck with it, stuck to my guns. I left it all out there. I'm proud with the way I fished. I'm proud of this crowd, I'm proud of this organization. I'm proud to be right here on this stage. Proud of my family. My 90-year-old grandfather made it from Arizona, Bullhead City, Arizona. 90 years old, he made it out here. Also my in-laws, Sia, Larry, BJ, Stacy, Trait, especially my wife. By the way, if you haven't seen it yet, go on Bassmaster.com. There's a sweepstakes going on, Fish with the Zaldane sweepstakes. Enter to win for free. If you have a chance to win a Skeeter Yamaha package worth 52 grand and a trip with my wife and I up there in Thousand Islands, New York. So, but yeah, just the swim bait deal. The other swim bait I want to mention real quick, it's Santone Z Spin Head. It's an underspin with a little longer wire. The smallmouth really like that in the real fast current. So the underspin with just a 5-inch hollow belly, that was really the deal. But yesterday it was all about the mag draft. So couldn't be more happy with where I ended up. And you know, I'm real proud of the way I fish and just putting myself right here.
And the best part is you're going to be in the Bassmaster Elite Series all season long, and you get right back here.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll see you guys on the Elite Series stage, and we'll see you right back on the Classic stage in 2020. Thank you.
Proud of you, an incredible effort. 1 down, 2 to go. Let's roll them through. One of the brightest young stars in this sport. Took an Elite Series win last year on Lake Oahe. Was the 2018 Bassmaster Classic Berkeley Big Bass champion. And it is a 2-way tie for that right now. Started the day with 31 pounds, 14 ounces. Get loud for MDJ Mark Daniels Jr. 31 pounds, 14 ounces to start the day. He's got a 5-fish limit. looking for 17.6, 9 pounds, 14 ounces. He moves into 4th place with 41.12. Give me a little love for MDJ. Mark, I know you wanted to take that title here this week, and you know, watching that Super 6 intro, you can see how much that passion burns in you, but an incredible classic. I mean, the last 2 classics, you've been to both of them and had great finishes.
I can't complain at all, man, at all. I mean, it's hard enough to make it here to the Bassmaster Classic, man, fishing against these guys, and to make it here and to have an opportunity to actually win this thing. And to kind of almost touch it or taste it, if you will. It's something really special, man, and I didn't really sleep that good last night. I had a lot of emotions going on, and I was excited to get out there today, and I fished hard all day, and it just didn't happen. And just like I told you guys yesterday, the man who fishes clean and is meant to win is gonna win. And that's what's gonna happen today, and I'm okay with that. I still had a stellar week, and no complaints here.
Tell me how you caught them this week. Was there one technique, or did you cycle through a bunch of different baits?
I've been mixing it up a little bit, but my 2 primary baits were a new Signature Series crankbait I just came out with by Bill Lewis. It's called an MR6, and I was throwing 2 colors in that, Strawberry Craw and Chartreuse Blaze. Just 12-pound line, cranking some Seaguar, Braze X, and a key element when trap fishing, because you lose so many fish, is changing out your hooks. And so I put Owner ST56s on short shank. Every time you hook up, I know a lot of you guys saw me catch that 6-pounder on live. I mean, I wasn't in a rush to grab her like I normally would be because those owners had her pinned, man, and that's really, really critical. But that was my 2, man, the original Bill Lewis Rattle Trap Red Crawfish, and then the MR6.
Incredibly inspiring to see what you've done in this sport, and I know you're just getting started.
Yeah, man, you know, this is my 6th season fishing full-time. You know, I couldn't be happier with my my career choice. You know, I almost didn't even take the chance, you know, to become a professional angler, and I'm glad that I did, because this is everything I ever dreamed of and more. And before I get out of here, man, I have to hit a huge shout out, to all my sponsors and my family. You know, the people that support me, that allow me to get here and be here, and I couldn't do it without them. I got all my family from the West Coast right here. And man, you know, my sponsors, like I said, man, Bill Lewis, Favorite Rods. You know, I ran that Mercury Ranger all up and down this river all day long. Now, let me tell you something, that new V8 that they put out this year is something special. You see them all hanging on the back, all these boats coming through. If you guys haven't checked it out or taken a test drive, let me tell you something, it's an amazing, amazing piece of work. And again, just without all of my sponsors, there are too many to list. I wouldn't be able to do this. And thank you to all these fans out here, sport fishing fans. I love every single one of you guys.
We love you being here. Let me hear it for MDJ, Mark Daniels Jr. And right there, it's just a prime example of how special this sport is and the sportsmanship. We were in Knoxville a couple of years ago, though, for an Elite Series event, and a lot of people said, oh, Ott's going to win that one. And then this dude from Indianapolis, Indiana, that's won so much in Tennessee that he moved to Tennessee, won it. And it's just you and him. And I don't think anyone's too shocked to see it go down to you and Wheeler.
No, I don't think so, and I'm really not either. You know, I mean, he's an amazing fisherman, and he's really good at winning is the thing. He's really good at winning really big tournaments. No, but yeah, I mean, him living here now and getting to fish the Tennessee River, especially down there on Chickamauga and those places so much, as if he needed more practice, he can get it very easily now. But no, that tournament here a few years ago, I had a good finish there, but it wasn't a win. And anytime, I mean, you want to win every tournament, but especially these ones at home.
I'm pretty sure if you pull this off, that one's not going to bother you too much anymore.
Not a bit. I'll never think about it again.
Are you ready to bring them through here?
Let's bring him in.
All right, have a seat, get ready. Let's bring through our final angler, your day 2 leader, excuse me. He is the youngest angler ever to win the Forest Wood Cup. He won the first 2 Bassmaster Elite Series events he fished. 14 Bassmaster Top 10s. Get loud for Jacob Wheeler! Hold on. I don't want to know what's in there. I don't know how this is all going to work out. But no matter how it works out, I mean, grew up in Indianapolis, Indiana. But, I mean, I don't think you have to wonder how he feels about Tennessee because you're living here right now. But to be in this position, you and Ott, head-to-head here, we're going to have a great champion no matter what way it works out. Tell me about your week.
Yeah, I mean, it was an unbelievable week. I wasn't on a whole lot, and, I went out there every single day and just, this is the thing. When it's your time to win, it's your time to win. I went out there and caught them every single day, and that's what it's about, is switching it up, trying to figure out, new stretches, new patterns throughout the week, and, I mean, that's what I try to do, and caught quite a few fish doing that, and caught some big ones, too.
Been an incredible week for you. A lot of companies help you throughout the year. Incredible support from your family, your brand new baby here. Tell me about how that feels.
Yeah, I mean, my wife, obviously my whole support group. I'll tell you what, this is real big. I started fishing, really early on, and there's a couple guys, Brian Johnson's here, and my buddy Greg Morehouse, the guys I used to fish team tournaments back when I was 12, 13, 14 years old. That support right there, man, that's, those guys mean a lot to me. My dad, obviously, he's not here, but mom's here. Just being in this position, obviously, all my sponsors, Academy Sports and Outdoors, they are a phenomenal partner. They look out for me day in and day out. I can't thank you guys enough for the support and continuing to support me. Real Tree, Evan Root Outboards, Triton Boats, Matt Jackson, phenomenal guy. I feel like family. I mean, every single one of them, Dan Quinn, Rapala. I can't express how much I appreciate them, and I appreciate you all, because this has been an unbelievable classic, and we're going to have an unbelievable champion.
We are going to see who it is here in just a minute. I'll let you dig deep in that live well. Your day 2 tournament leader started the day with 32 pounds, 6 ounces. Oh, he doesn't need near as much of the other guys. He came as your leader. Let's get Ott. Let's get our guys side by side. We're going to have an incredible champion no matter who it is, Tennessee. He started the day with 32 pounds, 6 ounces. Looking for 16, 14, 12 pounds, 15 ounces. 12 pounds, 15 ounces. And your Bassmaster Classic champion is Ott Defoe. A showdown, a throwdown, a big fish mowdown by Ott Defoe. Come on, Tennessee. Get loud for your hometown hero. Ott, look at this arena. What this arena means to you and this community, and so many dreams have been achieved in this arena. And now the greatest dream of all that you've had your whole life. You are a Bassmaster Classic champion, and you did it right here in Rocky Top.
Man, when I went to my first Classic at 9 years old and watched George Cochran win that tournament, I knew right then I wanted to be a bass fisherman. And I wanted to do this right here so bad I couldn't stand it. And when you have a dream like that, and you believe in God, man, He just makes a way for stuff to happen. When it shouldn't happen, He makes a way. If any of y'all watched on live today, you have heard this story already, but yesterday afternoon, I mean, we're over there at the boatyard, and I'm waiting. They're holding me back to come weigh in later, and I've got to go pee. Dude, I've got to go pee so bad I can't stand it. It's a long ride back up the river. We get up there, and finally I talk to some people, and there's a porta-john over there at the end of the deal. I started walking over that way, and Keith Bochet is standing there. He's mad. He's kicking rocks. He had a tough tournament. I mean, we've all been there. Nobody wants to do it here, but it happens. And we were just talking fishing. We've not weighed in yet. And we're buddies and stuff. And he says, yeah, man, I caught some fish down here off this dock, some decent fish and stuff. I'm like, I've caught some there before. If I'm down that way, I guess I'll swing in there tomorrow. I don't know what I owe you, Keith, but I'll buy you a pretty big steak for sure. I ended up weighing 4 of my fish off of there. I mean, 2 really good ones and a couple nice ones. And then I ended up catching a 4-pounder late off a place I'd been fishing. So that's God used a full bladder and Keith Poche for me to do well in this tournament today. When it's meant to be, it's meant to be. When I went up at Wisconsin in the Elite Series a few years ago, I was leading after the 3rd day maybe and was out there, before that morning getting started. And Mike Iaconelli told me, he's like, man, when it's meant to be, you can't make it happen and you can't keep it from happening. That's exactly the way it was.
You were incredibly calm watching you fish today. You see, stone cold pros that never show emotion. They lead the Classic and that emotion starts to show. How were you able to remain so calm?
Jenny can attest to this. When I'm fishing, dude, the only thing I think about is catching the next one. That's all that matters in my mind when I'm fishing. When that rod and reel's in my hand, I have to make myself look down and remember what time it is to make sure to leave, because all I can think about is catching the next fish. And it's that way, whether it's out behind the house in the river playing around or it's in the Bassmaster Classic. I just want to catch the next one.
There's a lot of shiny trophies you can win in this sport, but there's one title, and you're going to carry it for the rest of your life. Are you ready to make this official?
Absolutely.
Tennessee, are you ready to make this official? I'd like to bring out our outgoing Classic champion, back-to-back Bassmaster Classic champion, Jordan Lee, to do the honors. Let's hand it off. Hey, he doesn't know how to give it away. He's not good at that part. Sorry. A showdown, a throwdown, a big fish showdown for Ott Defoe, the 2019 Geico Bassmaster Classic champion, Ott Defoe. The 2019 Geico Bassmaster Classic champion, Knoxville, Tennessee's very own Ott Defoe. Ott talks about it all the time. He doesn't do this by himself. He is one of the most amazing support teams, and I'm going to welcome them to the stage right now. Team Defoe. Abby, when I first met you, it was in Florida. Your dad was a rookie on the Bassmaster Elite Series, and you really wanted him to do good that week, and I asked you why. And you said, because Daddy said if I do good, he'll bring me to a water park. What kind of water park do you think you're going to now?
I don't know. I'm just so happy.
You know how hard he works, tirelessly. And, to hear that story about Keith Poche, that's happened time and time over in your career where somebody's giving you a hand. Competitors, that didn't happen by accident. It happened by the kind of people that you guys are, and how proud are you of them?
I can't even explain it. The first classic I ever went to was the one in New Orleans that Mike won, and we were 17, and is that the one Wesley was talking about, I think? And Ott looked at me and he said, you know, we were just dating out of high school, and he said, I'm gonna do that one day. I may have, okay, laughed a little, but here we are.
Here we are indeed, and he's gonna be a pro basketball player, so you'll have your big moment here, but you may have a career in fortune telling. At the beginning of the week, what did you write in front of your daddy's garage?
I wanted him to win because I think he's the best daddy in the world. Was it fun?
That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Winning the greatest trophy in professional fishing and surrounded by the greatest thing in life, his incredible family. One more time, Ott, we're gonna ask you to hold that trophy before you make one of the most iconic rides in fishing. Your 2019 Geico Bassmaster Classic champion, the pride of Knoxville, Tennessee, Ott Defoe! It's a lot heavier than you expected, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Jordan told me it would be.
You're going to make a ride around this arena, and they're going to clap the whole way around, but I got to ask you, key baits, how'd you catch them this week?
Absolutely. Let me set this heavy sucker back. Man, the key baits for me, especially the first day, 4 of my fish come on a Storm, a Rashi Vibe, a lipless crankbait. The color is from the factories like a rusty crawl, I think they call it, but I don't like it, so I take a Sharpie and I make it look really pretty. It's kind of an orange and red and black back by the time I get done with it. I caught a 4-pounder that day on a DT4 as well. Second day yesterday, caught my 2 best fish on that lipless crankbait again, that Storm and Rashi Vibe. Then I caught some fish on a 3/8 ounce bladed jig, chartreuse and white. And that was what did most of the work today, was that bladed jig, 3/8 ounce, chartreuse and white, alongside that dock. I did catch a fish late in the day on a lipless crankbait again, but it was a 4-pounder that I caught late. So, and that was really the one that made this not be quite as close. You know, who knows how to win otherwise, but that one was definitely a difference maker. I caught at 2:59, and I was still about 30 minutes away and I had to be in at 3:40. So that was definitely a very important call real late in the day.
Well, it doesn't matter about any of that right now, my friend. For the rest of your life, nobody can ever take this away. You are a Bassmaster Classic champion. Like you said, at 9 years old, you sat in those seats, and now you've made it on this stage. One more time, your 2019 Geico Bassmaster Classic champion, Ott Defoe! Let's load him up in the car. Keith Poche and Ott Defoe right there. How cool is that, ladies and gentlemen? I think he's negotiating his steak right now. I'd ask for more than a steak dinner. As he makes his way around here, Tennessee, this is a childhood dream coming true. I need you to make lots and lots of noise. Big bass, big stage, big dreams for your hometown hero, Ott Defoe! Thousands started with this goal at the beginning of the year. 52 made it here. 25 went out today, and now there is one. He is your native son, Ott Defoe, 2019 Geico Bassmaster Classic champion. one more time, Tennessee, as he makes his way out of the arena. The 2019 Geico Bassmaster Classic champion, your native son,